alleged drunken youth stated to the NEC team in presence of the constituency committee that there is no constituency committee in Mzimba Central, although their leader, Vusojele, eventually recognized and forced the constituency secretary to join the verification team.
Okay. You know, in these proceedings, the MCP has aligned itself with your interest. You know, you're aware of that. They're not defending the interest, they're championing your interest. They are defending this election that took place. Yeah? So, you see what they're saying about you there? They're saying you're a violent man. You sponsor violence.
That's what they are saying, but that's not true.
They're saying you sponsor thugs. You know? Interesting that this would come from MCP.
You want me to respond?
Yes.
There's no question.
Respond.
It's not true. It's not true, and I can explain what they are talking about here.
It's not true that you're sponsoring thugs.
No, and
it's not true that you apply people with alcohol. It's not true. You give them cachasso so that they can it's not true.
It's not true.
What about Usamba here misheard the public was like?
This is not true, Council.
Okay. But finally, I want to play video number 8. Are those your supporters?
No, they are party people.
They're not your supporters. But you've given this as evidence that these were the people who were being attacked.
Yes, the party people were being attacked. Several people were injured, hacked. Some were still taking them to the hospital up to now, today.
Was any of your supporters attacked and injured?
No, none of my supporters, but party people and ordinary villagers around, and especially the one who was cut the most is just a common village.
That the people there have got weapons, including stones and sticks?
Yes, I've noticed that. Yes.
And can you tell the court what? What does that mean?
So
What does that mean?
I should explain.
What it means?
Yes, so the circumstance of that is that when the thugs...
I'm asking for a translation or interpretation. It was the conversation is in Tumbuka. How do you put it in English?
The court will not understand if I can't explain.
I don't want your explanation. The Tumbuka conversation there, when they're saying, what does it mean?
It says, don't throw now, wait for some other time.
In other words, wait for the seeking.
No, that's why I want to explain so the court understands the context.
Yourself, right?
No. Anyway, I will explain the context, because without explaining, the court will not understand.
I think I'm done with this one.
All right, thank you, Council. Thank you, my Lord. Ordinarily, I was not going to re-examine, but because the witness specifically wanted to give explanations, so I wanted to take the witness to areas where the witness wanted to explain. Mr. Kandawere, during cross-examination, you were, at the very beginning, you were asked whether you were aware of the allegations that have been made against you by Mr. Wellington Shower. And wanted to explain explain what is it that you wanted to explain.
Yeah, so his allegation is that without his knowledge or without him fully understanding, I took him to the regional chair to hand over electoral books which he had no prior knowledge of. That allegation to me is very, very, very unfair. Unfair to me, unfair to the party. Why I'm saying this is because the chair himself, Mr. White Onshaw, and others in the constituency are fully aware of the rebuilding exercise for party structures since 2020. For several years, we had worked in the constituency to rebuild party structures. He was at the forefront, plus other constituency members, and even the district members. The rebuilding of the party or party structures focused on the area committees, because after elections in 2019, people sometimes leave the party, others are no longer interested, they are not active. And in our case, so many people go to South Africa, many had migrated. The party was in a weak state following the elections of 2019. So, as encouraged by party officials, for all of us, for people in the constituencies, etc.
I thought he was asking the point of the question. He seems to really testify. I thought he ought to just restrict himself to say on the allegations made by one of the
Yes.
He's now,
No,
he's now going to Timbuktu and
So the witness had wanted to explain,
yes.
and not me, not you, Malone, not counsel, no, what's in that explanation. And this is why I haven't interrupted Malone. But maybe if you can quickly...
Okay, so let me be quick.
What happened? It is not so statement. But yeah, there could be a background, but I thought the starting point was a bit far.
Thank you, my lord. So the result of that rebuilding exercise was a list of members who had joined the party over a period of 4 years for the constituency and the areas as well as the district. And what I want, if permitted, is to show those who had come into the party and joined the district. Can I be permitted to do that?
I don't know if the court wants to take you.
I think we are at the waiting because I thought the issue is about two different stories. Someone said,
Okay, so yes,
and he
thank you.
said no. I drove him because he had asked for that. Then we have, in the middle of the call, we have this list. Who
Yeah.
handled what?
Okay, my lord.
Where?
Okay, it's not just about taking him, but he is disputing knowledge of the list. The list was a result of a rebuilding exercise for 4 years. He was part of it, leading as the constituency chair. When we had completed the rebuilding exercise for 4 years, in November 2020, he sought help to deliver it to the region. So he can't say today that he wasn't aware of what he was going to deliver to the regional chairman. That's why I'm saying that is very, very unfair to me and unfair to the party, because he led not only himself, but with the other members of the constituency.
There was also the conversation played, which is I think GDN1, and you were asked that when the party list was when the list of delegates was being discussed, you candidates were not there. And in your response, you say only the second part.
Yes.
And you had wanted to explain the context. Again, I just want you briefly, but explain the context.
So we were called by the regional chair to attend a meeting in the constituency where he was going to brief us on the issue of the list of delegates for the elections. The meeting had two parts. One part, which I attended, is where all of us as candidates were there. Honorable Mumba, represented by Mr. Nyirenda. I attended personally. Honorable Bezo was there, Honorable Singini, and even the councillors. We were all there, plus party officials. He briefed us regarding how the party list has come about. After that, he said, now I will engage the party leaders in the constituency and the district, the regional chair. So, when he was engaging the party officials vis-a-vis the constituency committee and those present from the district, he requested us as candidates to go outside. So when I said there was Party A, is where we were present, and he briefed us what happened, even his engagements at the party headquarters, where they discussed all the documents in the constituency, and they guided him on what documents to use as a basis for drawing the delegate list. So that he explained to us as part one. Part B is where they were signing the document. So when they were signing the document, we were not there.
So
we were
that's
outside.
That's
the second part. And we learned what happened when the chair of the region had left. So that part B, we were briefed by Honorable Kachepa, who is the constituency secretary.
That's where the recording came from.
Yes, that's where the recording came from part B. So in there, because my voice has been referred to, they had told us that they have signed the documents which form the delegate list, and they had a date that elections would happen on the 12th of April. So we were supposed to receive as candidates the list that was duly signed by the constituency team, the district team that was present. Before he could hand over the list, Mr. Nyirenda, who represented Honorable Mumba, started reacting that we shouldn't receive. Others started reacting that we shouldn't receive the list, and raising all sorts of issues.
I think that was in the recording.
Yes. So I said, for me, I want to see the list because I've never seen it before. So basically, that's what was the situation in that meeting. And they threatened, we'll rough each other if you go ahead to receive the list, etc. But I didn't want to continue with that, and I left.
There was also a question, so I think the context of this was, Councillor Soko said Are you aware that White on the shower, when he was delivering documents at the regional office, he always went with the others, and there was a conversation, but eventually it came down to the delivery of the books in November 2024. And the question was, why is it that this time around only you and Mr. Shao went, and you said the context is different and you wanted to explain? Again, I want to give you an opportunity to explain.
Yeah, so the explanation is that, as I have said, in 2024,
I think I gave him a chance to explain. But I think that was when he was explaining about the reviewing exercise, right? And that these were the materials from the areas as the built that were taken there. And he told the court during that time, when I was examining, if the court will recall, I asked, and he confirmed that these are the building blocks of the local. He said yes.
The question was really, why did he and Mr. Shawa go alone when at over 2 times Mr. Shawa goes with the other members? And I think it had gone to if I recall, that why do you think Mr. Shawa does that? It's for transparency, right? So it was in that context. So the witness was trying to say, the context within which those things have happened is different from this I want to explain. So that's the explanation that I wanted to give the witness an opportunity.
I'm saying I thought you provided.
Yeah, I think now the issue is about why it was just a problem, not about going to the region. We are going to go to the regional center, but why not make a regulation? Without that space for everyone.
That's fine.
thank you, my lord. So it wasn't just supposed to be 2 of us, but the plan he had was to go with the secretary, Mr. Innocent Bota. But I learned that he wasn't ready to go. So because it wasn't my agenda to go and deliver the register which had been built after 4 years of work. He wanted to deliver it at that time, and he requested that I help to transport him to the region because I was on my way to Lilongwe. So that happened. I took him, he met the regional chair, he delivered the documents, which was a result of the rebuilding exercise since 2020. And I had done my part to help him to arrive in Mzuzu. I proceeded to Lilongwe, he went back on his own to the constituency.
There was another question relating to, so when you learned that there was a parallel exercise to verify the areas contrary to the resolution of the 17th January 2025, in your evidence, you had indicated that you called the regional chair and you asked for people to go with you, and there was a question, why did you go directly to the regional chair instead of perhaps just writing or lodging your complaint? And you also had wanted to explain why you did that.
Thank you, my lords. Why I called the regional chairman is because those who were present in the meeting of 17th of January, the regional chair said, should anyone have any issue or problem, with any of the processes within the constituency regarding how we are preparing for primary elections, here are my numbers. All of us, we received the numbers from him, and I was not the only one who called the regional chair, area chairman who also had problems, constituency members who noted there was a problem with the verification. They called him. The meeting of the 6th of April, he had confirmed that he received so many phone calls from the constituency, including me, raising queries that the verification exercise had started on a wrong foot.
Just more areas where you wanted to explain further. You were referred to the exhibit on page 381, GKH.
381. Yeah.
And it was being pushed to you that according to that document, the party is saying you are the sponsor of violence. And you wanted to explain why they are wrong, or why that statement is wrong.
Yeah, this is this is wrong because what happened on that day has not been clearly reflected in here. What happened was that when we learned that the team from the headquarters were coming to do the verification exercise,
Ordinarily, you should be looking at the court, but I know the temptation, but that's why the witness box is that far.
yeah, so maybe if the court can permit me, it starts with our meeting in Lirongwe, when the Secretary General invited us for a discussion. And I think Honorable Kazembe dealt with that part. What we agreed in Lirongwe was that the team that was coming to the constituency to do the verification would be joined by Honorable Kachepa as the Secretary of the constituency. We heard that the constituency chair and others were preparing to join the verification exercise against the agreement that we had reached in Lirongwe during the meeting, which was summoned by the Secretary General. So because information spreads so quickly in the constituency, people were wondering if in Lirongwe the agreement was that only Mr. Kachepa would join the verification team. Why should the constituency chair, the chair lady, the two secretaries, the campaign director, on their own decide to join the verification exercise? So everyone was waiting for the arrival of the team from Lirongwe, and they were at the party office in the constituency. So obviously, because people were anxious, maybe some would start arguing, etc. But I never sent anyone there. They were not drunk people. They were party people waiting to receive the visitors from Lirongwe and to see who was going to join the verification exercise. In the end, Honorable Kachepa was allowed to join, and nothing happened thereafter. That's what I wanted to explain.
My lord, part of that story is contained in Mr. Kachepa's evidence. He has exhibited the letters from the Secretary General, the Administrative Secretary,
Yes.
and an addendum that went with it. Okay. The final issue where you wanted to explain was the last video. I think you play that again. Where I don't know the term for stones in Mumba. Wow, okay.
I was the way that I zoomed in on the Gucci.
Yes, and you wanted to again to explain. Yes, I want to give you an opportunity to explain the issues that have from cancer.
Yeah, so I had just arrived at the venue at that time because most of the violence had happened before I arrived. When I got there, I was briefed by some of the members, including Honorable Chifake, who is a regional representative. He was there. The police who arrived early, they were there. They told me about the violence, and they told me about the group that had arrived, perceived to have come from Lilongwe and Mzuzu. So that group gathered at a distance. What they were saying is that we shouldn't throw stones at them because they had retreated to a distance, somewhere maybe 100 or 200 meters away from the gathering. That's my recollection of what was happening at that time. So they were saying, let's not throw stones at them because those people were far. When they come near the venue, or when they come again to attack us, at that time, then maybe they can protect themselves by throwing stones. That's how I understood the context at that material time when that recording was being made.
And my Lord, that will be all in the examination.
All right, thank you very much.
Taonga Honorable Adamson Hussein Mkandawire kutoka Buluwinu kongamano bendera mkali.
My Lord, the claimants had requested another witness, Honorable Beza, but in the course of cross-examination, the council did hint at the unnecessity of proceeding that way. I also tried to whisper to him, he again kind of confirmed, but I want it on record that Honorable Beza is no longer required.
Twakudandaula wakupempha kutoka kwa mafumbo wa unapoteza kwenye nyimbo yake kudandaula wangizakayo yao kwanza wangamanya kwa basi yana kupendi wasindikiziweka kwenye iwo.
Just want to let me confirm with this side of the back.
Want to change your mind?
Huh? No. Conference at the bar, First of all, let me confirm that I no longer need to interact with one of the players.
Nisimikize kuti nati nkhumba yayo kuti moyo nawo makumbe makumbo au na mpesa.
I think what I wanted to achieve with this testimony has been achieved. In the interaction that I had with one of
Ndio na nkumba kanje nikwanise maiyo ndio nakwanisa kale na onabo mkandawili.
The conference was the result of the issue of submissions. We were debating whether we should ask the court for time to kind of summarize what has gone on so that the court can make sense of it. We realized that we were very, I don't know what's the feeling of the court, whether they benefit from that. Or is it going to be...
To do it by Friday.
Yeah, that was, yeah, that was my thinking. And maybe Friday, but I think what says, but we are pushing ourselves. I mean, they don't have to be very bad.
That is, if there is that thing.
But you don't think that if, because I mean, the submission of the court doesn't, if the court thinks the issues at this point have been fairly clarified, then that's fine. I'll be happy to go over with.
Let's for both.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, my lord, I think you did not have the flash disk for the Gawenga Mumba issue. So I thought before I leave, perhaps I would also leave with this.
Andrei nakumbana kuelekezwa flash koti ili.
So my lord, with what has transpired, the second defendant therefore closes his case.
Uno vitu baina hapa nase tumene kufuma kwa
Unless the
wajabiji
court
nase
directs
katawa
otherwise. Thank you.
kwa witu.
Nomination papers are supposed to be presented from the box.
I think so.
According to the device, papers.
The study of the whole, but remember we had said sufficient time should be
Yeah,
provided.
for that process.
Yes.
Depending on that time.
Yes.
Now I have to run myself. Give a date next week. All right, so judgment will be delivered on the 15th of July, 2025.
Judgment court lizampeleka pa 15 July 2025
At 4 o'clock.
nyengo ya 2 o'clock Muhanga. My lord, this is all.
He was asking whether it's going to be an open court.
So that we come and attend, or the court will make it available.
Now if they, you want to drive back to you, or you will send your representative?
I think it's the kind of case that we have to be here, that you have to read out the judgment. I think so. Yeah, but council can always brief anyone else. I think for me, I'll come.
Kwa hii ninamwiza.
Anyway, if there are going to be other developments from today, in between today and the register of
Palapa winge kunyake,
it's possible that the judgment will come again.
palapa winge kusita kunyake mapanga kwa 15 ba registrar wa kuti ili wamanye sehemu mosi. Lakini banyu yasone tiko pa 15 au ile kitamu changani ile. Timilile
area akonsiwezi ndamene makhani ma records simungazitenge zimene zijazi kuneki, and I think we've been able to establish that kugwiritsa ntchito Honorable Kazembe amene ali mboni ya chipani. Chinanso chimene tinaonetsa lero linchonena kuti chisankho kunalibe chimene neki inapanga authorize. Now neki ikapanga chiganizo palibe anthu mchipani amene angapange valid that resolution unless resolution iyo inapatsa mphamvu kuti in this circumstances mukhoza opanga valid resolution. Pa malamulo oyendetsera zipani ndziko muno what was supposed to happen adaona kuti zavuta, either they were supposed to go back ku neki ndokapempha neki kuti okay tili ndi vuto ili tingapange bwanji, so neki iperekeso njira ina ya kachidwe kachisankho. Koma anthu folo mu office ya Honorable Kazembe sakadangozitengera pa okha kususana ndi zimene chipani chinapanga decide mu neki. Resolution ija mnayiona muno bwino inalibe any exception. Chisankho chikuyenera kukhala through secret ballot. So mwachidule chisankho chimene anu akewo IMCP anachipanga design ndo chipanga conceive sichinachitika yayi. Chinachitika pa 11 May yachimati chinzake ya chisankho. Si chisankho ya koma chinzake ya chisankho. Ndi zimene lero I think taonetsa mwazivera noka umboni mwapanga follow, and I think zimene takwanitsa kuti litsimikizire bwalo.
Ndipo pamene pa 15 pamene tikuyembekeza kuti chigamulo chiperekedwe mukuyembekeza zota.
No, tikuyembekezera kuti court ligwizana naso madando amene tinabweresa ligwizana nafe chifanira kuti I think inozikiratu kuti simunganene kuti panali chisankho cholongosoka pamene pachi, you know, and amavomereza kuti ayi you know for poyamba amanena kuti ayi tinadziwitsa Mumba kuti tsiku la chisankho ndili, koma lero akanika kuperekera umboni kuna kuti anamudziwitsa bwanji. Kunali kalata amanena kuti panali ma WhatsApp messages koma tinapita ma WhatsApp messages kulibe umboni onena kuti tsiku linali lonse before pa 11 May chipani chinauza Mumba kuti pa 11 May tupita kuma primaries. Silipanga yonjo chisankho simungangompanga mbushi mzano ayi.
You had time to question the witnesses from the defendants. Just tell us what has transpired today.
Yeah, so I think today we were trying to establish, number one, that the voters' roll that they want the primary election to be held is one that was manufactured by a candidate. Now, the interaction I had with Honorable Kuseli is quite important because he concedes that he's the one who took the constituency chair to Mzuzu. There were just 2 of them. Remember what he has said is every time he was going to the regional chair to deliver documents, he would go there with a delegation. But on this particular occasion, Honorable Kuseli took him, 2 of them only. They went there to deliver papers, and these are the papers that have now formed the basis of the electoral college which the party wants to use. You cannot have a candidate organizing an election or any critical part of it, you know. So I'm hoping that the court is going to see that compromises the integrity of the process in a way that you cannot even redeem it. You just need to start afresh by going back to the source documents. The source documents are with the constituency. The constituency knows its members. It's the one that can tell us who are the people sitting in the areas that should vote. As to the validity of the election that took place on the 11th of May, it's quite obvious that that was a sham of an election. It wasn't a proper election at all. One, there was no notice that was given to an aspirant to say that we're having an election on this particular day. Incredibly, as we are sitting today, there is no written report that was produced by Honorable Cholera that has been produced to the court. No one has seen it. So it begs the question, how did those numbers even come about? Where did they get those results? Because one would have expected that they would have laid before the court to say this is the material, this is what Honorable Cholera reported to the party. What did he report to the party? Where did they get that result? You know, so it's a laughable attempt at defending a process that was obviously discredited, and the fact that people are investing this much energy and resources defending it, I think is a feat of wonder.
Thank you very much. Right, mene ndito kumbosoko lawyer mene do akwemira to kuti akwemira kumvetsera mwachidwi kutsatira tsatanetsatane wachina chilichonse chimene chinachirika mtsiku la lero. Anthu awiri key witnesses kuchokera ku mbali imene yodandaulidwa mamawa tinaona Gerard Kazembe amene ali wachiwiri kwa mlembi wakulu wa chipani cha MCP komanso taonata amene akufuna kudzayimira udindo umene wa UMP kudera imene la Zimba constituency makamaka pakati pamene pa Zimba Central constituency nawonso akuperekeratu umboni wawo Johannes tifotokozetsa kuti zinaenda bwanji kuleka nthawi imene anayamba kufunsidwa windows yoyamba kufikiratu wachiwiri mpaka pamene khoti layimitsidwa.
Ochamba tinene kuti inenso tsiku lofunikira kwambiri keni chifukwa ukudziwa kuti interparty hearing imene yamba dzulo amene tinaona ndithu mbali ya amene ndithu anadandaulidwa kapena kuti the defense side actually kupanga cross examine kapena kufunsa mafunso mboni za amene Clement kapena kuti amene amadandaula pa nkhani imeneyi including Clement himself amene ali aona Honorable Mumba Vitumbiko amene ali nduna ya za malonda komanso mafactory nene lonse tsiku lofunikira kwambiri akunena kuti inafika nthawi yona kuti munaso mmene zimakhala mbala milandu kuti cross examination yachitika mbali yokhudza kuti mbali yawo dandaulidwa kufunsa mboni za amene akudandaula komanso ifuna kuti mwina nkhani yokhudza mbali ya amene ndithu makhala akudandaula na kupanga cross examine ma witness kapena kuti mboni za anthu amene akudandaulidwa ndine tsiku lofunika kwambiri. Initially we were told kuti pakhala ndithu mboni zokwana zitatu ndekuti Deputy Secretary General aimene MCP amene wandi Gerard Kazembe komanso nthawi amene anamupankha kuti wapambana chisankho ku Zimba Central constituency awandi Adamson Kuseri Mkandawire komanso understand Honorable Beza koma zikuchitika mkatimu kuti lawyer wa the Clement now Khumbo Soko kufunsa mafunso mboni ziwiri tamva za Akazembe komanso Mkandawire I think now there's a new development now which has come up kuti safunso mafunso amene anali ndithu mboni yachitatu amene waona Beza meaning to say literally we of course there can be mboni zitatu koma kan mboni ziwiri malinga ndi Asoko amene aliona kuti I think zimene amafuna ngati mbali ya udandaula pastingi zachitika apazimene akufunira tsiku lofunika kwambiri nkhani kuzoke mukamena kuti ayi chisankho inali bwinobwino then give us the evidence what happened. That's what timaona kuti Akazembe now ngati mmodzi mwa kuchipani cha MCP we're talking about the Deputy Secretary General kwambiri anafunsangana kuza malamulo achipana Mariani. Of course he's not a law expert koma now in terms of the at least kupanga follow constitution achipana at least alindike nakapenda mafundo kuzimakhayo. That's why tinaona kuti Soko ndithu took him through constitution by reading an article by an article.
Mina nkhani zikulu zimene zinatuluka mkatimo ndiziti
achambirira mkhani yokuza ngati Mkandawire now Akazembe ngati mmodzi mwa oyimba cha MCP ndakamba nkhani yokuza malamulo koma nawo kuna kuti wakaona when it comes to mon organization ya primary elections imakhala bwanji anafotokoza mbali yawo. Of course there were issues kuti mwina zina zoti sana pange provide loke muna ngati chipani iwo wakaona meza khala morani. I think somehow of course sitingane kuti because now a judge ndamene angaone zonsezo tinaona so ndithanka ndo was okay because with the issues imene muna amabanga accused kuti I think he played a central role when it comes to kupanga organize ma primary elections amene anachitika pa 11 May amene mufotokoza kwaona no zimene zabodza all the process were followed. Of course there are now issue yokuza okay itabwera team yochokera ku region nakuti idzapangirani what happened this anafotokoza. Of course pana kukhala nayi izi ndizi koma that's detail.
Milano kuchokerano pano kufika pa 15 anthu akuyimbikiza sotani.
Okay now muna going forward ndikuona ngati timva pa 15 ati chani because now zonse chitika koma now court kapena judge azulu zakhala bwanji pa 15 iyo. Yeah.
Chabwino ndakuthokoza kwambiri Johannes kundipanga join komanso ndimene wafotokozeratu ameneyo Johannes zina mwa zikulu zimene zinatuluka mkatikati mene mundendikhaso ndikucheza ndi Amon modziso mwa atolankhani amene anali mkati kuti alifotokozere kuti makamaka mudi ya lero inali yotani mkatimu komanso mwina ukaona panja mudi yake inaliyo tani Amon?
Muna tu mwasangasanga yakhala mudi yankati kudziwa kale kundu bola milandu ya bola milandu mufoti mutsate malamulo so munoda kwamba mmanja komanso mafoni amanoti akhaletu silent so apezi pena pa mapeza ona kuti iye akulukweza to mwina anazoseketsa ena kuseka kumabe anthu amene ali mkati mwa bola milandu apitebe kukumbutsa ona kuti iyayi muno bola milandu sipena kwamba mmanja olokuseka mpaka anazanena a judge justice Kishindo kunena kuti anthu munomo ena kumwamba mmanja ena masekerera ena so kapena sekerere kapena kuomba mmanja kapena kudzuma mototsidwa panja paka panja penipeni pabola pena milandu pali nangona azimayi ochipa chabe amene angokhala kuti kudikirira sana bola milandu makhala malomweza makhala ng'ono so ngati mokhamu anthu ochipa okha ndi amene analowa mmene mubola milandu koma ena nangona azimayi na panja apa ndatsika ndithu naona azimayi 92 akhala panja pamenepo komanso ndingonjezera zimene alankhula Johannes Mumba kana okhudza pamankhula ndi wachiwiri kwa mlembi wamkulu wa chipani cha MCP amene wa Gerald Kazembe kuyamba manena nzanga Johannes Mumba anayankhula kuza kuti amadza ma structures achipani komanso malamulo achipani amenewa komanso anakumbutsa kuti pa 10 January 2025 NEC inakumana kukumbali ndipo zino zimene zinamanga nthenje ku NEC imene zonena kuti sankho zachipulula zamba kuchitika mwezi wa April komanso sankho zachipululazi agwisa ntchito secret ballot kuvota poyera kuti kulemba ndopanya mukachani mukabokosi anazimenezo ndi anafunsa kuti kuti ngani chifukwa ninji upene kuzimba Central Constituency mwafuna kuti meku mupange zona kuti anthu azakhala panzipa pa ngati candidate ndi mufuno zakwawo anankha kuti kuti funa kuti kumene koko mapangika zachani mapangika za ngati ma violence and because of the violence akuti office yawe secretary general ikuzona kuti kumene kuzimba Central Constituency kumene kuko anthu sakavota through secret ballot kumaza khala kumbuyo kwa munthu amene azikatani munthu amene akumfuna pa ma primaries elections zimene kwambiri Gerald Kazembe tsina amene komanso anena kunena kuti amaganiza vitumbiko Mumba yakunena kuti iwo anakhazikisa man 9 parallel structures ndi amene akuimbira vitumbiko Mumba anawafunsa Akazembe kuti aronetse list ya ma 9 parallel structures zimene amene Gerald Kazembe anapha ndi kupanga provide mbwalo limeneli la milandu koma iye amangwana azanga zonse zatha tsopano pamaso tsopano akhale kuno kunzuzu high court kuti pofika pa 15 July chaka chino anthu kwenikweni amvanji mlandu umenewu utamvedwa dzulo komanso kumvedwa lero so ndimene zakhalira kuno kunzuzu high court mu mzinda wa Mzuzu
komanso anthu ambiri mwina amayitsatira nkhani imene pa masamba anchezo sunuzwa ngati unatsatira kuti anthu ma reaction yawo pa masamba anchezo anali anokhudza ndi nkhani imene
ma reaction yawo tu pa masamba amene anchezo tu anali osiyanasiyana malinga ndi mmene sosangaso anthu amatsata mlandu umenewu pano pa Timveni ma platform athu osiyanasiyana komanso onse so aliyense apereka reaction yake ndi mmene akuverera kuti wina ukhala mbali haya isiyenza kumuli mwaso pamasamba anchezo panali mixed reactions based on aliyense mmene mlandu wa bodani amamvera koma ndi mmene zayendera ndithu zonse zatha zonse zachitika maso pa 15 September pa 15 July chaka chino fakunena kuti malingana ndi ndondomeko ya MEC nominations papers amba kulandira pa 24 July so for chigamulo chimene chiyende mwansanga komanso petukeni ajaji ananena kunena kuti chigamulochi kubwera mwansanga before pa 15 ali koma registrar anzuzu high court apanga communicate so ndi sauti chigamulo chibwera mwansanga kapita pa 15 July imene anenera Justice Kishindo
Timveni yakhale kupanga tu kavatu madeliberation amene ndithu kwa masiku awiri kuyambira dzulo pamene tu mlandu umene unayamba kufikira lero mwina Mungu afotokozeranso anthu ndi kufunikira bwanji kuti ngati ife amene timalimbikitsanso kwambiri nkhani zokhudza ndi mafuna anyamata kumatenga nawo gawo pa zinthu ngati zimenezi zofunikira bwanjiso kuti anyamata azidziwa ndithu mmene zinthu zimenezi zimayendera
ndipo papa I think Timveni yatenga step yaikulu kwambiri kukwatengera Malawi komanso mwina achinyamata kuno kunzuzu high court kuti amve azidziwa kuti milandu kwenikweni imayenda bwanji komanso kuphunzira kuti kwenikweni kuti zikatere zikazoka apa zimafika pati apa zimafika pati so I think imene ndi step yaikulu kwambiri Timveni kuti mwina achinyamata kunja kuti aziphunzira komanso azidziwa komanso zoti kuti I think ndikapanga izi ndikuti ndi malamulo asempana kapati panga ichi foto dziko linoto limanda ndi malamulo so ngati dziko limanda ndi malamulo kuti achinyamata nawonso azikhala anthu odziwa malamulo komanso otsata malamulo fati tikatulutsa kwambiri kunja kuno anyamata ambiri amathamira pa malamulo atu milandu osiyanasiyana ene mwasa amadziona kuti mapaka imwe ndi mulandu kuti kamatengera malonga anowa azidziona kuti iya I think ichi chotsala ndi malamulo kapena kuti ichi ndikulondwa so I think zimwe zikhebe zikupitirirabe mabwalo osiyanasiyana fapa mukaswera magesezi okhudza mwina anakagwiridwa anakapakidwa zonse I think kuwatengera anthu malonga amene ajawo akutsatira mlandu it will be easy for them kudziona kuti ichi nchabwino ichi nchoyipa potengera malamulo andziko mfano dziko tu limayesera ndi malamulo kwasa zingopanga zake ndi sikhaso dziko tu kuba asazidziwa malamulo kuti iye kuti apange bwanji so zimene zichitika kupaso zitheka ngati pesa chichika papa
chabwino ndakuthokoza kwambiri Amon ameneyo tu Amon mmodzi mwa atolankhani athu ku Timveni komanso tu amene amatsatira bwino lomwe za mlandu umenewu ndi mwinatu mongo kumpa mkota kuti tu mlandu umenewu unayamba dzulo chitama 9 mu minute ndinaonatu witnesses atatu kuchokeratu mbali ya audandaula ndithu akufusidwa mafunso menemo ndipo tu lero taonatu ndithu witnesses awiri ochokera kumbali yodandaulidwa nawonso akuperekeratu umboni ndipo menanene amoja kuti tu mlandu umenewu wayimitsidwa mpaka na pa 15 July kuti tu oluza mlandu amene watu a Justus Kishindo adzapereke chigamulo chawo pa mlandu umenewu tikuthokozeni kuti tu munali pamenepo kuyambiratu dzulo lija mpaka na kufikira lero pamene tu munatsatira kuyambira pa Timveni radio, Timveni television komanso tu pa Timveni online kufikira tsiku lina pamene soti tidzabwereso tu ndi tsananetsatani wa nkhani tu ina imene tu idzakhale ku khoti kuchokera kwa ine Kenson McLeod ndikufunireni masana opambana.
Here are the tips to keep yourself safe on the internet.
Don't reuse passwords. Use a different one for each account. For example, use different passwords for Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok accounts.
Use strong passwords, mixing words, numbers and symbols when creating your password to avoid scammers guessing your password. Be careful with QR codes. Avoid scanning random QR codes. Scan only from trusted sources.
Think before posting. Avoid sharing photos that may reveal too much information about yourself. Check out the logos and any other key information on photos before posting to avoid being impersonated and targeted.
Avoid clicking unknown links. Scammers use fake links to steal information, so avoid clicking any random link.
I'm abused in many ways, and I have learned to live with the pain. Every day is a rainy day. Is it because I'm a girl? Is it because I'm a girl? Somebody please help me break away from the hurting.
Timveni Radio, SMS and WhatsApp 09910 12345. Facebook Timveni Online.
are the tips to keep yourself safe on the internet.
Don't reuse passwords. Use a different one for each account. For example, use different